Got him. Uh-oh, is that a bass? Oh my gosh, holy cow. Holy cow. That's a giant. Well, what is going on, everybody, and welcome to Uncut. This is my favorite series to do here on the channel because I get to just strap some cameras on the boat or on the kayak and just have a good time fishing. You'll notice the length on this video is pretty stinking long, and that's because I'm just going fishing. To the best of my ability, I'm gonna edit this to where there's no cuts, but I might, pick my nose or need to pee, so there might be a cut here and there. But my goal for today's video is going to be breaking out of my comfort zone of just fishing for bass and going for crappie. I'm on a beautiful lake today. I'll tell you all about where I'm at here in a second, but I've got beautiful wintertime conditions. The water is 45, which is way colder than I'm used to for sure. And I'm gonna attempt to catch some crappie today to take home to dinner. My wife has charged me with catching dinner tonight, and so that's the whole goal. Can't let her down. Now, I'm also not gonna eliminate the chances of catching bass in this video because this is a bass channel, predominantly. And within a few minutes of getting here, this happened. Gosh, holy cow, holy cow. Oh my gosh, I didn't bring a net. I just realized I didn't bring a net. Holy cow, hooked into an absolute mule. And I don't have a net. I don't have a net. I don't have a net. Oh gosh, but I don't need a net. Oh my goodness, right next to the boat. That is so stinking cool. I gotta get myself a little bit of line here. That right there, folks, is what I am talking about. And so will I catch some bass? Probably, but that's not the main goal. I want to catch some crappie. So I've got myself a little Strike King or Mr. Crappie, whatever the brand is, lightning shad in chartreuse because this water is dirty. I've got live scope set up. Who knows if I'll even catch any looking at it? I'm gonna try. That's the whole goal here, but I'm just gonna teach what I know. I'm not a crappie expert, but I'm not gonna claim to be, but I do know a decent amount about fishing, and I feel like I'll be able to make a few of these wintertime crappies bite. So that's the goal. Little shakes, little crappie shakes. I got a medium light, actually not even medium light, I got an ultralight rod for these crappie. And we're gonna see what we can do. Gonna see what we can do. What a beautiful, beautiful winter day. I mean, nothing wrong with this. This is fantastic. If you like fishing, man, subscribe to this channel because this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. All right, nothing on that cast. I don't know if these fish are in a, a dropping mood, like I can just drop directly beneath the boat, or if I'm gonna have to make long casts. But with the water dirty and these fish being relatively unpressured, I think I'll be able to just kind of pick and choose wherever I want to fish and hopefully catch some. If I can find the fish. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? All right, I said it's uncut. We're gonna do a cut until I catch the first one here. Oh yes. Oh, let's go, baby. Ooh, pulling hard, and I think it's a slab. Let's go. First one of the day. Okay, so we figured out they are suspended, so it seems. Oh, gosh, you're so big. Gosh. Okay, and technically, the uncut can start now with this, gosh, almost 2-pounder probably. Beautiful. All right, so it took me, 10 minutes to figure out how big the marks were on my screen and how high they were in the column. And now that I know that, we can get our uncut started. So I'm gonna get out my stringer dinger, baby. I ain't used a stringer in 15 years? I don't know. Alrighty. You can swim, my friend, until you die. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to... Gosh, you are too aggressive. How do you tie on a stringer? That's my question. How do you do this? I guess just tie a loop here. Boy Scout knots coming in handy, the square knot. All right, we officially have 1/4 of dinner in the cooler. Presumptuously, that he doesn't get away. All right, so now the uncut begins. I know exactly what I'm doing now. So, gonna cast my lightning shad out there, These fish are a little more aggressive than I thought they would be, so it's possible I can catch them on a small little swim bait as well. Maybe a tiny little underspin. Might even be able to, you know, get a few to bite a jerk bait. Not exactly sure, but if they're all gonna be about 2 pounds, then I don't have to worry about like using tiny little finesse baits. So that's good. It's a good sign. Oh shoot, that is not a crappie. That's 100% a bass. That's too big to be a crappie. He's probably looking at my crappie on my stringer right now and being like, looks delicious. He didn't want that. It's way too big of a mark. I mean, it could be just a big old broad-sided crappie, but if I had to make a guess, that's a big old bass. And he will bite. I'm telling you. This is one of the cool things about fishing bodies of water like this, is that I'm the only person out here. I ain't got to worry about nobody else. I can just smoke biggins. Oh yeah, I haven't told you guys where I'm at yet. I'm at a beautiful private water fishing property here in northern Texas, Denison. Actually, is it Oklahoma? No, I think it's Texas. This is Culpeper Farms, an awesome private water fishing property. And if y'all are not aware of what PWF is, it's a collection of over 100 private lakes and ponds in Texas that are professionally managed. And when you sign up for, you know, to book a lake for a day, you have the whole lake to yourself. There is nobody to take your fish, and you just get to enjoy the great outdoors. And you know, they're almost all professionally managed, so they have good bait fish populations, and it's just it's a really good club. So I think there's some kind of deal they've got going on right now. Don't quote me on that. I think it's $100 off your yearly membership. So if that's still the case, I will have that link down in the video description. But regardless, it's a really cool club if you're, again, in Texas or Oklahoma, to be a part of, whether you want to go out yourself or take a buddy out who never fishes, or your grandkids. It's a really awesome opportunity. So like I said, this is Culpeper Farms, and you guys can fish the exact same lake that I'm fishing today. So if you like it and you like the results that I get, then feel free to book and tell them I sent you. Tell them I sent you. Okay, I'm chasing this bass around now. I'm losing track of my mission, which is to catch crappie. That was just that's a big bass. Like, I want to catch that guy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I want to catch that guy. All right. Forget about it. We'll get the A-rig back out when I see another big mark. But for now, it's crappie time. Is he alive? You doing okay, buddy? No, he's gonna not be alive anyways, so why am I worried? Why am I worried about this fish? It's really, I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard on this 9-inch screen to see my bait as it falls. Like, there it is. Just so small. It's a tiny, tiny little bait. I'm going to tighten my drag a little bit also. That last fish that I caught pulled a little too much drag for a crappie, in my opinion. I see some fish. They're sitting anywhere in the column, but a lot of the fish I'm seeing are sitting in like 10 feet of water, over 12 to 15. That fish I caught just now was not that deep at all. Just kind of shaking it along the bottom, seeing if any of those fish that are near the bottom will want to come take a gander. A gander mountain. Gander mountain, gander mountain. Just like bass though, I think the crappie that are like higher in the column are probably easier to catch. They're usually the ones that are more, at least bass-wise, are usually the ones that are more aggressive, feeding more often, and so if you can find higher in the column ones, that's usually where you can find your catchable fish. But I see a brush pile here that I think has some crappie in it. Just gonna cast right directly in front, 30 feet out, let my bait fall, and see what happens. See what kind of treats I can get. I don't see really a whole lot of marks right here. Oh gosh. Oh, what the heck was that? I'm just not used to casting an ultralight rod. I'm used to doing little roll casts with things, and I'm not sure if that's what an ultralight can do. All right, I'm gonna catch one on this cast. Let me tell you something. I'm just gonna try like little shakes. See if that triggers a fish. I watched a Richard G. and the Fishing Machine video, and I saw him working his jig along the side of some lay down trees. Well, I don't have the liberty of having lay down trees today. This body of water is great, but it ain't got no lay downs. So the fish are not, I don't think the fish would be there anyways. Water's 45, so. All right, I'm just literally jigging this thing over a brush pile right now. And I feel like I see fish, but maybe not. I feel like I should just throw a jerkbait, since that's what I know how to catch crappie on. No, you're not doing that, Tyler. You're throwing what the people throw. You're throwing a minnow. Little minnow imitation. Little crappie jig. You're gonna do it. And you're gonna like it. Oh, he darts at it and then goes the opposite direction. These crappie might need to be jerked up. They might need a jerkbait, man. Didn't think they would, but it's possible they do. There we go. Got him. Oh my goodness. Brother, how is your mark so big on the screen? That's deceiving. That's very deceiving. Well, in this body of water, there's no length limit for crappie, but I ain't trying to keep crappie that small. I'm trying to keep big old boys. Big old slabs. That was weird. How the heck was he so small? How the heck was that crappie so small? All right, let's go find ourselves a bigger mark. First, get some water, because I'm thirsty. Refreshing. Put my rod down. So far, I've learned that crappie, at least the way they attack a bait, just like a bass. They charge it, they spin around. They're like, "Ow, I'm good." And they slowly look at it, and then they turn around. They're always faking you out. And I don't like that. Not appreciative of that. Work my way over to the DAM. I don't want to say that word, because I feel like even though it's technically not the bad version of the word, that YouTube still might hear me, and I don't know. Take away my AdSense. So this is what beavers make, but this is made by humans. So that's where we are. That's where we are. Water's deepest here. Well, actually, I take that back. Water's not deepest here. I thought it was. Still pretty deep here, though. Still 9-10 feet, which for this body of water's deepish. I'd say the deepest it gets probably 14-15. Let's see. I don't see any. You'll see there's a piece of structure right there. It is a what do you call it? Water intake area. Here, I'll make one cast to it. Let it fall over there while I scan. See if any fishies want to take a gander at it. Not that I can tell. So work our way down the DAM. I think I see one here. So what I've not found is a school of crappie yet. Because one thing I know about crappie is that they love to school up. Now there's a difference, I also know this, between open water crappie and structure crappie. And in this body of water, we probably have both. We have some open water crappie, like the first big 2-pounder that I caught. And then we have some structure ones, like the brush pile crappie that I was just fishing for. And I know that open water ones are usually harder to catch. And the school is usually moving around depending on, you know, what type of bait fish and forage they're chasing. So definitely not the easiest type of fish to go after. And, you know, springtime crappie anyways are more aggressive. So I'm not expecting to find some uber aggressive fish today. Just like I wouldn't expect to find uber aggressive bass. What I did find is 2 marks here. And I like that for bass and crappie because when you have multiple, you normally have competition. Oh, there we go. Told you. Oh my goodness. Competition, but not the size that we want. It's this tiny little guy. Why? Why are you so small? Why are you so small? All right, get another cast out there. Hey, I'm glad to be catching fish though. You know what I'm saying? I guess maybe I've got to look for the bass-sized marks. You know, I guess a crappie of that size probably actually looks like a bass on live scope. So, but like right there, that's a bass-sized mark. How big are you going to be though? That's the question. It's like every other cast, I totally lose my sense of direction. I don't know where I'm casting. It's also possible that they're not liking my color. So I've got several more colors. I've also got several more styles of baits in my little crappie box here. I've got some shad colors and I have a few, whatever these are, little, you know, marabou jigs. So, but yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and change out this color here. I mean, I find it hard to believe they wouldn't want the chartreuse because this water clarity is so dirty. But hey, I don't know anything about crappie. Never claimed to. Well, I wouldn't say anything. I'm not an expert. I know some stuff. I've been around the globe a few times. I mean, around the sun, yeah. I've also been partially around the globe. All right. Let's find us some bigger marks. Not jiving with little quarter-pound crappie. I want them big girls. I want the big girls, not itty-bitty girls. Oh my gosh, see, here's a brush pile that we got right in front of us. I'll show you guys here on the screen what this looks like. Zoom in there on editing. That right there is what a brush pile looks like. Tiny little one. Small little brush pile, but that's it. So it is 20 feet in front of the boat, straight out there. Perfect cast. Bait is dropping. It wasn't perfect now that I look at it. But it might be close enough. It was not close enough. That's one of those things that I think you've got to be on point with your casts if you want to trick these fish into eating. See, I'm glad that it's dead calm outside, because if I was trying to do this and it was windy, whew, that would not be the most fun. All right, brush pile is not a go, so it's a bummer. I was hoping that'd be guaranteed fish catch right there. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a crappie. Won't you be mine? Because I promised my wife that I would bring home dinner like a man. We'll see. We'll see about it. Tell you what I need. I need to find a school, because I'm finding individual fish right now, and that's not going to cut it. So one more cast at some individual fish over here, and then I've got to go. I got to go find some fish that are schooled up together. And that's the reality of wintertime fishing, is that you gotta find where those fish are schooled up. Which takes some scanning, takes some looking. Sometimes side scanning, sometimes live scoping. But a lot of the time it's not fishing. It's researching, on the water researching. Although, I say that, and then I'm gonna cast right here. We've got a pretty big mark down there. Got him. There we go. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. That is not even a crappie. That's a giant bluegill. Except what a interesting winter color pattern they have. I did not know bluegills got this color in the winter. Oh, he's got like eggs on him. Or maybe they're not eggs. What the heck are those? Parasites? I have no idea. Either way, get out of here. He wasn't a bluegill, he was a pink gill. Man, I feel like I'm ice fishing. What has my channel turned into today? Panfish expert over here. Jeez. All right. So that big mark was not even a crappie. that was a bluegill. Jeez. Crazy. Brush pile, but nothing on it. It's also possible that, you know, some of the crappie out here have gotten eaten. Some of them might be deceased from these cold fronts we've had. I guarantee you this pond, this lake here, I shouldn't say pond, it's pretty big, partially froze over, I guarantee it, because most of the ponds in my neighborhood did. So I bet this one did. But you know what? I'm just gonna take a gander here and guess that it's not a crappie and that I'm dealing with a bass. So I'm gonna get myself a jerkbait here. A very deep diving jerkbait. Matter of fact, has a little bit of sinking action to it. And I'm gonna chase around this fish here for a second. All right, fish didn't want it, but now I'm on a mission. Now I'm on a mission to catch one on a jerkbait. Okay, this is me in the wintertime. Springtime or summer, man, I'm focused. I know what I'm throwing, I know where I'm going. This time of the year, man, I don't have a clue. I'm just hoping and praying that the fish are in my area. Now, I want to provide good content for you guys, so I apologize if this is kind of all over the place, but I think most of the crappie are this way. I'm just doing a circle around this section of the lake. That way, which the drone shot will show you right now, is too shallow. That end, I mean, it gets, I guess, you know what? It's still 9-10 feet in the channel, but it's not that deep. So I'm gonna stick to the deepest water possible. That's one thing that I know is true about most fish in the winter, is that if you can, you should be fishing in deep water or close to deep water. Fish will slide up, you know, when the water warms up a little bit, or you have a warm day, they'll slide up and sit in shallower water, sometimes against, you know, riprap rocks and such. But they have to be close to deep water, because that's where they spend the majority of their winter. So you got to be fishing at least close to where they're living. There's a fish right here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Where you at, fish? I'm telling you though, I'm not seeing near as many crappie as I did a month ago when I came here. And they were everywhere on the screen, so I'm wondering what happened. Okay, I just had 2 fish be scared by my swim bait, so that is also a no. Lots of no's today. Lots of no's. Finding out. Lots of fish that do not want to eat. So I think we're gonna have to be real patient with them. And I appreciate you guys for being patient with me. I'm doing the exact same thing I do in my bass boat. Just trolling motor on high, scan, scan, scan. Look for the fish. Like here, we got some nice looking fish right here. Right in front of me. I just don't know how to get my bait down to them accurately. There's my jig head. Perfect. Here we go. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. There we go. Oh, perfect. Let's go. Big ol' slab. Big ol' slab. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I knew you were. I knew you were a big ol' slab. The way you started running. Get in here. Get in here. Get your face in here. Yes, sir. Look at that. Another big wintertime crappie. Jig head, top of the mouth. Where's he getting off? Well, if you jumped, good thing is crappie don't really jump. So, beautiful, beautiful winter crappie. Sick. Alrighty, you got a friend joining you down there on the stringer dinger. Let me unhook this here and slide you on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Now he has a buddy. The buddy system. Never go anywhere without the buddy system, all right? Because you never know what could happen. There could be some kind of fisherman putting hooks in your face. You gotta have a buddy. Always make sure things are gonna be okay. Love it. 2. Let's go, baby. Let's go. You're sticking with me. I appreciate you. Just gotta make sure this isn't long enough to... it might be. I was gonna say to get underneath my pedal drive. Just gotta watch out for that, I guess. All right, so we gotta find where these fish went. I just caught one, and you'd think there'd be more, but man, now that I'm looking around, I am not seeing more fish. So it's kind of interesting. All right, on we go. Well, there's 2 crappie there. It's enough for my dinner, but my wife still needs to eat. So let's keep going, folks. Oh, I had one chasing me. I had one chasing me from that area. He was small though. He was a small fry. Yeah, I gotta get this live scope looking better because I can hardly see my bait 30 feet out, which is that's not good enough. I'm just gonna say forget about casting. I'm gonna get directly on top of these fish, if they are fish, in fact. I'm not sure if they are. This is fun though, targeting a new species. I'm all about that. I would like to fish for them during the spawn. I've seen some Lake Fork guy videos where he throws a little swim bait up around some docks and catches spawning crappie, so that would be fun. How's the lighting? We looking okay? I'm probably a little bit backlit, but editing will fix that. If you'll hear my live scope pole kind of squeaks every once in a while. Don't know why. Just the plastic fittings, I guess, aren't that great. They don't fit that great together. Yeah, I mean, I'm in 8 feet of water. I'm hardly seeing anything. Like, I really got to get deeper water to start seeing anything. Like, there's a big mark, 45 feet. I'm not confident enough to land on him at 45 feet, so we're gonna drift in. Oh, dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. I had him. I had him. Oh, I had him. Oh, son of a gun. Oh, I had the big crappie. He charged it. See, why do some of them charge it, though? That's crazy. Okay, well, that gives me hope. Possibly an afternoon bite. Fish are warming up a little bit. I'd like that. Wouldn't be against that at all. Missed his face entirely. Here we go. Oh. Ooh. What is... Oh, gosh, biggin'. Biggin'. Holy cow, I thought I had a bass for a second. Oh, yes. Get in here. Come on. Yes, sir! Biggest one yet. Lightning shad. Strikes again. I'll leave this bait linked in the video description as well as the rod and reel I'm throwing, but that catches some stinking slabs right there. That's awesome. Number 3. They're biting a little bit better, folks. A little bit better as the day progresses. Hopefully y'all stuck around to see this magic. There's also no limit out here, so I'll probably stop at 10. You know, if I do catch 10 good keeper-sized crappie, but I could technically keep as many as I wanted because this homeowner here wants them off his lake. One thing that private water fishing always says is that crappie can actually kill a bass population because crappie are more prolific eaters, and if you only have a certain amount of bait fish in your population, then too many crappie's gonna kill it. So taking out crappie is actually something that a lot of these guys want us to do. Yum. 3 crappie, 3 big old slabs. How about that? How about them apples? Not against that. At this point, especially if I'm casting at a fish, I just kind of cast in that general direction until I'm like directly on top of them. And I'm just going to cast and reel. See how it goes. Like, man, there's a fish right here. I don't know what it is. It's high in the column though. Oh, not anymore. He dropped down. Got him. Uh-oh, was that a bass? Oh my gosh, holy cow. That's a giant. That's a giant. Get in here, you little fatso. Gosh, holy cow. Look at that fish right there. That right there is a, I'm gonna weigh this one just so y'all don't, think that I'm lying here. When I say these are 2-pounders, I'm gonna weigh this fish right here. Live on camera. And I could be totally wrong and I'll embarrass myself, but I'm usually pretty good at judging a fish. So let's see what we got here. This fish is okay. It's embarrassing. 163. Okay, so those are all 1.5 pounders. But you know what? We're having a good time. I will adjust my crappie mental measuring skills. Man, so when someone catches a 3-pound crappie, geez, they're not joking, it's a big one. If that's only 163, it just feels like it's a 2-pound bass. I guess they're just deceiving. But that right there is a completion of dinner, folks. How about that? Now I'm gonna catch more for future meals. All right, we love it. And that fish right there has clued me in that the fish that are high in the water column and usually bigger marks are active feeding fish. If I see one down there on the bottom, not saying I can't catch it, but the ones that are higher are definitely stumbling my words here, are more actively ready to feed. And that honestly makes sense. If you think about crappie fishing before live scope and also, bass fishing before live scope, is that we were fishing the tops of brush piles, a jerkbait in open water, and we might have thought, oh, they're coming from the bottom to eat it. That's possible. But it's also possible those fish were just in the water column And if you're talking about maybe brush pile fishing or standing timber fishing for crappie, you know, and you have fish that are actively feeding, they're going to be the ones that are higher up in that brush pile. So that makes a whole lot of sense. That I'm not saying, you know, don't spend any time on the deeper fish, but I think a lot of the time, and especially in colder water, if you can find some higher in the column fish or present your bait in that way, you're going to end up catching more of them. So there's Tyler's tip of the day. I'm just kidding. You'll have more of those. Oof. We got a big old slab out here I'm looking at. Oh, we got a few big old slabs. Sheesh, mama. Oh, that's not good. Sheesh. Man, we got some slabs. There's a few of them, which means they have a little bit of competition. You gotta really present your bait. See, there's a few that are higher in the column here. Wish I could show you guys what my live scope looks like, but there's a few crappie higher in the column that I think are gonna be easier to get to bite. But the problem is they're not near as big. So yeah, I can shake my bait high in the column here. Yeah, they're chasing. There's one. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Who called it? I did. These are more ready to bite, but not the size you want. So we're gonna have to go for some of these deeper ones here. I wish all the marks that were shallow were big. And by shallow, I don't mean on the bank, I mean shallow in the column. But that's not the case all the time. So, casting some deeper ones right now. I don't know where my bait is. We're just, oh, there it is. Here he comes. Oh, pulled off his little wax paper lips. Dang it. Dang it. Ooh, there's one. Oh, gosh. Almighty. Higher in the column. We are dropping down right next to him. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Game over. Game over. Let's go. Not a giant, but hey, a nice one. I'm considering throwing this guy back. Yeah. Come on. Should I throw this guy back? That's still a nice crappie, though. Yeah, I'll throw him back. I only want big crappies. I only want the giganzors. So that guy got lucky. He was a little bit too adolescent there. He got incredibly lucky, he did. Okay. I'm going to take one cast. Just fancy me here, y'all. I'm going to throw an 8XD. I know this is probably silly to most of you guys, but I know there's a decent amount of fish in this little deep corner over here. I want to see if I can just snag me a bass real quick. Now that my mission with crappie is going well, I'd like to catch a bass. I'm not even live scoping. I'm just throwing an 8XD in this corner. Dives about 15, 16 feet probably on this line here. Oh, what a zinger. Probably should put on a 6XD, not an 8, but I'd like to scare up a big one. Yeah, I'm digging way too much bottom, I think. Okay, yeah. Maybe not. Oh, it was just worth a try. Oh, there's the deeper pocket. It's that way. I was casting in the wrong direction. That's okay, we'll put this away. That was to tickle my fancy, is that what you say? Whatever the phrase is, that's what that was intended to do. Just make me feel good for a second. All right, back to the crappie grind. Get myself a drink here. feel like I see one. I feel like I see a crappie. But he's too small. He's too small and he's on the bottom. There's one. Gotta spin around. It's almost like you get one shot at these crappie. Because I just made a bad cast. I thought, you know what, it's deep enough. The bottom looks kind of fuzzy, which means there could be fish there. I'll work it and, you know, jiggling it down the bottom, and I see a fish shoot up that I didn't know was there. And he went away. He looked at it and said, nah, I'm good. So I'm wondering what it takes to get more than one shot at these fish. Now the problem I have so far with crappie fishing is that the bite's not really all that exciting. I don't mean the fight. The fight is fun. The reward is great. Like, I kind of want to feel, you know, big old daddy thump. And you don't really get that. Now maybe it's because like a medium light isn't even enough. Maybe I need an extra light, or I guess it's an ultralight. Ultralight's fine. I kept thinking I was throwing a medium light. Ultralight should be enough of a rod to allow me to feel this. To feel a thud if it exists. Okay, well, hey, I just said that and I felt a thud. Little guy showed me thud. Still though, that wasn't that exciting. Hey, stop. Stop it. Stop it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Gosh dang it. Gosh darn it. You, my friend, have done this to yourself. You've done this to yourself. Alright, little guy. Not what I want. I got thumped it though. How about it? I want grandes. Give me grande crappie, please. What a glorious day outside though, isn't it? Not a lick of wind in a while. That's fun. Prime filming right here, folks. Prime filming. I've got 2 slabs, 35 feet this way. Life's good. Life is good. Life is good. Gosh. One of them chased it. One of them chased it for a while. They are excited crappie, let me tell you. Which makes me think they're not big. If they're running around like this. This fish is being stingy. She's big. So we're gonna keep going for her. She's moving though. Gotta stay on her. Ooh, ooh, oh my gosh, there we go, there we go. Holy cow, that's a big one. That's a big one right there. That's a big one, oh yes. Haha, another 6 pounder. That's the fish I'm talking about right there. The fish was being hard to get, playing cat and mouse with me. But that's a big old slab. Look at the mouth. I'm gonna show you the chest mount here. Look at the mouth on that. Oh boy, I love it. This is fun. See, this is why you should sign up for private water fishing. It is a membership, so it's a yearly thing. So, you know, it's a cost, but if you want to have the chance to fish bodies of water like this that hardly see any pressure, you know, there's the whole stigma around like fishing private waters. And you know, if I'm trying to teach something, I want to try to go to a public body of water, especially like a bass technique, you know, because I know it's really easy or I wouldn't say really easy, it's easier to get a bite on a private body of water. So if I'm trying to teach something, it takes away credibility for sure. But if I'm just trying to have a good time, like I am today, trying to master a new technique or just get, you know, experience doing something, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And so if you're a grandpa or a dad, or you want to take your kids out and have just a, better than average shot at having success, because fishing to me, the majority of the time is about catching fish. I love being out here. I love nature, but we all get into this because we want to feel that tug. Tug is the drug. So if that's what you want and you live in this area, private water fishing, man, is something you need to check out. And again, I'll have all their stuff linked in the video description below. Let's go. This is sick. I love this. I love how this is working out. Catching big slabs, perfect weather. How about it? Let's get a pause. Mega slabs. That's the video today. Mega slabs, Walmart challenge. Cops called. Yeah, mega slab that I can't stinking find. I see him on the graph and then he's gone. And then he is gone. Here we go. Oh yeah. There's one. That's a big crappie out there. That's a big crappie. It's a big crappie. It's a big crappie right there. Oh my gosh. This crappie had it the whole time. Holy cow. Wow, what the heck? I was like reeling in what I thought was my slack line, but it was just because the crappie was giving me slack line. That's wild. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Eat, oh, I felt him suck it in and spit it out. Oh gosh, dang it. Oh, man. Such little paper lips. Oh, and now I'm all kinds of tangled. There we go. There he is. He's still here. He hasn't given up yet. So I won't either. So I won't either. Come on now. I ain't afraid of you. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Well, he's afraid of me now, so there's that. He's definitely afraid of me. He's definitely going this way. Eat it. Eat it. What a stinker. What a real life stinker this crappie is. He's directly underneath my boat. He was chilling. Straight up like a villain. That's what he was doing. Alright, there's a big crappie out here, I see. Gonna go get me a new one. Sick of this old crappie. He ain't never done nothing for me. But this guy, he could. He definitely could. He could do something for me. Dang it. Like, you gotta find out like where their head is and cast at their head. It's even more specific than a bass, man. It's wild. I'm getting better though. That's the good thing. Is that I'm improving in my skills of catching crappie. How about that? Man, I'm having so much fun, I haven't even checked the time. I have no clue how long I've been recording for. I feel like the sun is It going down or got, yeah, I just got cloudy. What time is it? 2:09. 2:09. We good. Only been fishing for like an hour and change. Oh, an hour and change, and I got this mess of crappie right here. Sheesh. That's what I like. That's what I like, baby. Lucky for you, that's what I like. Let's go find ourselves a new group of school of crappie. It's kind of doing circles around here. And really, most of these crappie, I talked about it earlier, most of these are open water crappie. I don't think I've caught a single structure crappie today. I'd like to. I'd like to see what that feels like. That would probably make me an accomplished crappie pro at that point, right? Right? Then I could really give information. I could really give some tips. Got him. Got him. Got the little squirt. Don't you worry, little guy. I'll let you off. I'll let you off the hook. That's kind of funny. That just dawned on me that when you say you'll let someone off the hook, that's actually like a fishing term. That's a fishing term. I had no idea. Crazy. I just thought about that. Now you're like, you had him caught, and now you're like, ah, it's fine. You're off the hook. I'll let you go. I had never thought about that. How silly am I? That I had never even thought about that once. That's silly. That's what that is. I'm dropping on one right now. Comment below if you've noticed. Oh, you stink. He bit it, and I pulled it. Comment below if I stop breathing when I'm scoping. Have a feeling I do. I think I just get so excited to see a fish on the screen that I stop breathing. Definitely do a bass. I'd like to know if I do with crappie too. Man, I just love catching fish. I don't care how I do it. I don't care where I do it. As long as I'm having fun, that's all I care about. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Y'all will notice in all my kayak videos, I wear this life jacket here. It's a Blue Storm Atmos 40. It's an auto-inflatable life jacket. So what that means is that if this section right here gets submerged in water, I'm not just talking like water splashing on it. Oh, uh-oh. Did I get my camera wet? Okay, no, we're good. So not just water splashing on it, but actually if you fall in the water, it'll melt this little salt, I think it's salt, piece, then basically inflates with CO2 this whole area right here. So it's Coast Guard approved. Y'all can use code TRF to save 10%, 15% on your Blue Storm life jackets. They're a great company. I love working with them, and Minnesota based. Some of the coolest designs. We're going to be having some awesome designs here in 2023 come out. So if you're in need of a new life jacket and you haven't really thought about safety, especially if you're out in a kayak, man, you got to have a life jacket on. So I like this one because I don't even feel like it's on, to be honest. It feels totally non-invasive, and that's rare with a life jacket. Normally, like, the reason why you don't put a life jacket on is because, like, it gets in the way. I don't like the way it feels. I can't fish with it on. You can fish with this thing on. I have crappie fished with it on. I have bass fished many, many times. I caught a 14-pounder with this exact life jacket on. So that should prove to you that you can fish with a life jacket on. So all the moms out there who are listening to this video right now as their son's watching it, you can make your son wear a life jacket. It doesn't have to be a corny orange one. It can be a cool red and camo one. We got a big mark right here. Big mark right here. It's like the sun went away and these fish just stopped eating. It's very odd. We got a whole bunch of cloud cover. You'll probably noticed it got overcast. A whole bunch of cloud cover. And now these fish are being stingy, man. Like really stingy. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at how tough they are to catch right now. What the heck? There's a big mark right here. Couldn't tell you what it is. I think it's a crappie. I would think it's a Mr. Crappie. Almost feel like throwing a jerkbait because this fish is not moving very much. Makes me think it might be a bass. The problem is he's sitting right in my ghost tree on my graph, so I can't. I've also probably got perpetual open face when I'm live scoping, so I'm gonna try to close my mouth. I just realized I've probably been showing you guys my throat the whole time, which honestly kind of explains why my throat hurts. I've probably been, yeah, that's totally what I've been doing. I'm a goof. I'm a goofy goober. All right, Jerky J. Let's see if you can show me what this fish is. No, this fish is not even reacting to a jerkbait. I have no clue what this fish is. I'm throwing a jerkbait right in his face. He is not reacting to it. Oh, nope, he did. He did. Oh, I had a well, no, my gosh. It's a big crappie. Holy cow. Watch this, y'all. Look at, you're gonna want to see how he ate this jerkbait. You're gonna want to see this. Holy smokes. That's insane. That's insane. Look how he ate this thing. Absolutely trucked to the head. I mean, like, holy smokes. Look at that, folks. That jerkbait is head first gonzo. That's nuts. All right, so big crappie will eat a jerkbait. That guy just needed something to trigger him. He was sitting there and just didn't feel like eating. Probably wasn't that hungry. But I put this in his face and he had no choice. Dang. Another 1.5 pounder. I love it. Stinking love it. I thought we were totally dealing with a bass, but we were not. Just a really hungry, aggressive crappie. Cool. That's awesome. Let me get my stringer up here. Crappie are still going strong down there, so the stringer is working. Cool. Got one on the jerkbait. How about that? The deep diver. Well, I hesitate to keep this thing out. I guess I'll just keep it ready in case we encounter another fish that's like that, but I'd still like to catch them using the crappie technique, you know. What I should be doing. What the book says. But the book ain't always right, let me tell you. Book ain't always right. Book don't always know squat. That's one thing using forward-facing sonars taught me, is that a lot of the stuff that we thought, you know, bass always do this, they never do this. Man, a lot of those always and nevers don't exist like we thought they did, because bass and really every fish are tricky creatures that, man, they do their own thing. They do whatever they want to do. I'm kind of surprised that I'm not seeing more big marks, like more obvious bass marks. Start of the day, man, I saw 3. A little school of them. Caught one of them, 5 pounder. And don't know what happened since. Hey! Hey, you guys, chill. Chill, my guy. Chill, chill, chill. Ain't no need to get frisky down there, is there? Ooh, there is when you see a mark like that. There is when you see a fish like this. Close your mouth, Tyler. I'm like, oh, I'm catching crappie today, guys. That's what I'd be like. Open mouth syndrome, I hate that. We got a fish right here, man, that's just looking at his buddies like, what's going on? Why are you guys on a string? What happened to Billy? What happened to Billy? Billy's got a mouth piercing. Yeah, you're dang right, Billy's got a mouth piercing. And if you're not careful, you'll have one too. You stick around my boat. Hey, this is usually the time in my uncuts where I give you guys a comment challenge. So, comment challenge today, comment the coldest you've ever fished in. Coldest temperature. I don't care if it's, 45 and you're not hardcore, or if you fished -40. I want to hear, and maybe along with that, type your, like the story that accompanies it. So like the personal best you caught when it was, 26 below zero outside or something. I'd love to hear about it. Oh gosh. Ooh. What is this? What is this? Oh, it's a bass. It's a bass. Let's go. Let's go. My first bass on a crappie jig. Although I can't say it's my first bass on a crappie jig, because I probably caught them before, but there we go. Comment challenge. Comment below. What's the coldest weather you've ever fished in? Mine is probably, if you count ice fishing, so I'm going to count ice fishing. That counts as a place that you could flex that you fished. Here we go. Oh, another fish. Another fish was here. I think I've ice fished when it was like -20. Yeah, 27 I think it was. So that's what I'm going to say. Pretty hardcore, I guess. I guess I'm a pretty hardcore fisherman. You can call me that. There's a whole host of fish over here I'm discovering. Ooh. Those don't look like bass to me. Those look like jerkbaitable. Oh, sorry, those don't look like crappie. Those look like bass. So we're going to get ourselves the jerkbait out. Do a cast. Man, I'm just hoping that one of these is a big old giant monster bass. I think they'd look different on the screen though if there was a bass. There's a decent amount of whatever they are down there though. Whatever them's is, there's a decent amount of them. Hard to stay on them. Real hard. Tell you what though, I bet this place, if they can get the crappie out of here, we have a pretty good bass population. Like I said, I think they're either giant or small in here. Don't think there's many just good, average, chunky bass. It almost takes zero crappie in a body of water to get healthy bass like that. That's also the good thing about kayak fishing, though, is that you can be like a lot more stealthy. I bet if I was in a bass boat, I couldn't be directly on top of these fish like I am today. I'd have to be making casts, which in dirty water, it's harder to see your little crappie jig. The farther away you are, harder that makes it for you. So, honestly, small body of water, kind of prefer a kayak, as long as the conditions line up and I can actually fish for them. Now, if it's windy, I'll be in my bass boat every time. That's for sure. I don't know how fast this thing's. 1, 2, a foot every second. Probably. All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep this train rolling. Oh, rolling. Honestly, the best way to catch a bass today probably isn't live scoping it. It's probably dragging a worm on the bottom or an Alabama rig. You know, deep crankbait just really slow, just kind of like methodically fishing deep areas, because I think they're probably sucked into the mud right now. Which would explain why they're so white colored. Bass are not moving around, they're not in cover structure, they're just on the bottom. If you want to see more crappie content, let me know. Drop it in the comment section below. I do like crappie fishing. Now, I'm never going to leave the, core thing I built this channel on, which is how to teach you guys to catch more bass. That's not going anywhere, don't you worry. But it is fun sometimes to mix it up. Mix it up. Now, if you're watching this right now and you're thinking, man, I would love to do that, but I don't have live scope. How the heck do I catch crappie? Well, you can still do the same thing, just with traditional sonar. So if you have a fish finder, you can just get directly on top of them and drop down and shake. Or if you know about what depth zone they're sitting in. So if you have a sonar and you see, oh, I'm seeing fish in, 4 feet of water, 5 feet of water, 10 feet of water. You cast that direction, you let it sink by counting it down to whatever depth you know they're in, and then you fish that depth all the way back to you. I did that for years and years before I ever had live scope. That's the way to catch suspended bass. And crappie work the same way. Now, I'd recommend going after more structure crappie than open water crappie if you don't have live scope or electronics, as they'll be easier to find. That doesn't mean impossible. One thing that is impossible though right now is finding a crappie that'll bite. My gosh. We go through these little lulls where I find a little school of them, catch 1 or 2, and then nothing. And it's slow going. There we go. There's some big fish. How about that? I don't want to eat no. I'm going to go ahead and rig myself up a new bait. I don't know about a new style of bait. I think this bait's working just fine. Although, you know what? No, I think it's too cold for that. Let's go with chartreuse. See if some of these fish that we're seeing have already seen my white bait, and they want the chartreuse one. It's possible. We're also going to get a little snack myself. In honor of fishing, I brought myself some mini Swedish fish today. So, Swedish fish it is. Times 240. 240. We've been fishing for a while. I say we catch one more big crappie, and then I wanna catch a bass. I've got a stringer of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 decent crappie. Good enough for dinner and more. I'd like to get 10, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. They're good, but they're stuck in my teeth. They're stuck in my teeth. Hoping for a big one. Hoping and praying. I'm praying and hoping. Praying for the rain to come. We are right on top of him. We are right on top of him. Ah. And he didn't want it. And he didn't want it. How rude. How absolutely rude of him. Makes me think we're dealing with a bass here. But maybe not. Oh, yes. Got him. Got him. Oh, let's go. Biggest crappie of the day, I think. If not, it's just the same cookie cutter size. Get in here. Oh, baby. Absolute slabosaurus. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. We got ourselves our big crappie. Maybe I can chase bass. I don't know. I'm feeling better now. Now that I've caught a crappie, I'm feeling better. Uh-oh. I've also got a jerkbait in my shirt. No, don't you flop out of here. Don't you flop out of here. Got a jerkbait in my shirt. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're gonna retie my fish on. And I'm gonna get this jerkbait out of my shirt. Note to self, if you're in a kayak and you've got, stop. You've got your rods directly behind you. Maybe don't put a jerkbait rod as the rod that's right behind you. Okay. Not a smart idea. Move my shirt around here and try to see if we can wiggle this thing out. Oh, without getting another one in there. Don't do it. I'm gonna cut my shirt. The good thing is I work with AFCO, so I get more shirts. All right, tiny little hole, no matter. I'm gonna switch the jerkbait with that rod. And now get the crappie that we've caught. And a yee-haw to that. I know I said one more big crappie and then I'll go for bass, but now that I've caught one, I'm feeling it. Let's go, let's catch some more, baby. There were some more crappie around here. Let's go find them. I want meat for days. I want to fill the freezer with some crappie. That way, whenever I'm feeling like a little fish taco, I can have it. That's what I'd like. I'd like to spoil myself with fish tacos. And we're here, so why not, you know? We're here, we got you guys here. Probably had snot dripping out of my nose the whole time. It's kind of getting colder, not gonna lie. And again, I know people out there don't like live scope. Now, if you made it this far and you don't like live scope, props to you. But I'm not, all my videos are gonna have live scope this year. Just the winter ones, when I'm doing this sort of thing. I still throw a frog just like everybody else. I still skip a jig just like everybody else. It's just that I want to catch fish. And this technology is so cool. It allows you to have more fun, catch more fish. What's not to like about that, man? That's my defensive live scope. People are like, how could you? You know, you're able to see the fish before you ever catch them. Yeah, in some cases that's true. But I'm not doing that all year long. I'm just doing that to pass the time until I can throw a chatterbait again. Quiet that down there, you two. You 6, 7. Bum 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 bum. I'm really just doing a circle around this whole area. Y'all have probably noticed. I probably fished the same brush piles 3 or 4 times and the same little school of fish 3 or 4 times. But hey, they're producing for me, so why not? Man, one of these fish just shot to the bottom. There he is. You are moving so fast. Holy cow. Might as well just get a cast over here. Prepare for him. Nope. He's a mover and a shaker. That's what this fish is. Another thing that LiveScope has taught me is how much fish actually move. Like they are moving a lot more than you think. So if you think like, oh man, I fished a spot this morning, caught 4 fish off it, I don't even know if it's gonna have any fish anymore. Dude, there's probably new fish cycling into that area. Because fish are on the move all the time. A lot more than you think. Even when the water is 46 degrees, fish are on the move. Even when. I kind of though want to see if there's any fish in areas that I haven't touched a whole lot yet. Like there's some shallower areas right here, little bank that I haven't fished at all. So I want to see if there's any up here. Like, yes, there is. There's a fish right here. Right in front of the boat. Oh, probably got too close to him. That's fine. You'll notice if you're new to the channel that I sing a lot and hum a lot. Not trying to be annoying. It's just how I be. Ooh. Here's some fish. Here's some interesting looking fish. What have we got? What do we got here? Yeah. We got some fish. How about it? Nope. We had some fish. They bit. They bit and they didn't stay hooked though. You know what? I just realized I need to go pee. And I'm going to do it before I get to the residential area. So y'all are going on pause. And we are back from the relieving of myself. I guess I should... Oh, holy cow. Uh-oh. That was probably not a crappie, the way that it hit. That was a very, very hard thump, but it's still here. So I'm going to make another cast. Yeah, it's definitely not a bass. I just saw its tail and its head. Just had a big bass just try to eat me. He's literally underneath my kayak. He's probably like a shark. He's feeling, or he's smelling the blood from a dang crappie. Got him. Whatever you are. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. You are a crappie. You are a crappie. Right under the boat. Right under the boat. Holy smokes. And that right there, folks, is the biggest stinking crappie of the day. Holy cow. That's a big one right there. That's the slab we've been looking for. I got to put this one on the gram. I got to log into the Instagram and put this one on there, folks. My goodness. Wow, that is cool. Let me get a picture here real quick. I'll do a selfie. Great, we're gonna save that image. When I'm on the water, I don't always post right away just because of lack of cell service, but that right there is a certified free 7 days a week. I think that's 2 pounds. We'll see. We'll see what I'm feeling here. See what I'm feeling, what it's saying. And the scale says oh my goodness, 1.6. I don't know. Not to say I don't trust my scale, but I'm really not trusting of my scale. That to me seems wholeheartedly like a 2-pound crappie. Because I would be proud to call that a 2-pounder any day of the week. So, beautiful. I'm gonna turn us around here, show you guys a better angle of Mrs. Big right here. That right there, folks, is stinking beautiful. That's a mega crappie right there. What an end to the day. Let me tell you something, folks. Probably a good time now as we wrap up this video to talk to you guys about my gear that I'm throwing. Like I said, this was the new Lew's light rod, just launched at I think I cast at the Classic of last year, and they're just now getting in stock. It's a 7-foot ultra light. The reason I went 7 foot is because I just wanted that extra length to make a longer cast if I needed to, but I mean, I'm mostly pitching, so I could have had a smaller rod today for sure. I got 15-pound Cigar, what braid is this? Whatever the new braid is. Blanking on the name. Not Basics. Basics is the new fluorocarbon. Gosh, man, I'm blanking. I'll put it, it'll be in the video description. So, it casts really well. Super, super strong, sensitive, and of course, 10-pound Cigar Gold Label fluorocarbon. Only the best fluorocarbon for these fish. Don't want them to be able to see what I'm doing, see my bait, and this line is super invisible in the water. So I'll have all this stuff linked in the video description. If you like this channel, you like what I'm trying to do, teaching you guys how to become better anglers, always shop for your tackle using those links in the video description. And that'll help out a lot because that's affiliate income. The more you guys, again, if you're shopping for tackle and you don't really have an allegiance to any tackle place, Tackle Warehouse is a great place to start. They have every tackle you could ever imagine. And I don't know if they have crappie tackle though, now that I think about it. They have mostly bass tackle, but that's mostly what this channel's about. So I will always have those links in the video description for you guys to check out. And yeah, it'd mean the world if you guys would shop using those links. And we got a big fish right here. Come on, finish out the video with a big fish. Whatever it was. Dang it, dang it, dang it. I keep just pushing this video out. I don't want this day to end. I just want to catch something cool to finish. The YouTuber in me just wants to have some kind of epic ending. But might not be it's gonna happen. So hey, if y'all enjoyed this video, ooh, one sec, let me make sure my crappie are all good. What a mess we got here. I stinking love it. If y'all enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want to see my previous kayak uncut, I will leave that up here in this corner for y'all to check out. I have a whole lot of fun doing these videos, and hopefully y'all enjoy them. Give me 1 second here. You click on that video right there. All right, I'm just kidding. No fish. See y'all.